Hey Virgo, it's Amber here, Persephone's Journey Tarot. Hope that you're very well. Please don't forget to visit my website, symbolsliving.com, to get some really cool, great, and I think you'll find quite enjoyable, spiritually inspired merchandise. There's also links there to my Teespring account as well. All the links will also be in the description box below as well. But Virgo, this is for March 2020. Um, so yeah, we are looking at your love life, how you're feeling, how your partner's feeling, likely outcomes, crux of the matter, and underlying influences that you may not be aware of or may be hidden to you. I won't be doing an extended. In fact, I've pretty much stopped doing extended readings now, but I do offer readings for the months ahead instead. So that's my offering rather than the extended. My offering is the months ahead readings, so you'll be able to see readings into April, May, June. So yeah, you won't get an extension of this month, but you'll get plenty of information about how the relationship will develop over time. So yeah, definitely check that out. Again, all the links to that will be in the description box below, for any future months. So getting into your reading, welcome. Thank you so much for being here, to all my new subscribers and all my uh, uh, long-time subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. Virgo, we look like we've got a brand new beginning. I'm a Virgo too, by the way. So yeah, it looks like we've got some sort of brand new beginning going on here. The Strength card is at the base of the deck. Ten of Swords is at the central part of the reading. One of the probably most yeah, this is about hitting rock bottom in a way with the Ten of Swords in March. But you know what? I actually don't feel as if it's happening in March. I feel like March will be the culmination point to a difficult situation. And this difficult situation in March, I believe, will come to a complete end. Um, Definitely any stress that you've been experiencing, I thought over the past few months, will come to a complete end. You will, and it could also be that you realize that a relationship is not going in the way that you envisioned it, is not meeting your expectations. You may even feel that someone has broken promises to you or let you down, um, done things that you really wouldn't have expected them to do. But there's like a huge disappointment. There's a huge, um, that's not even the right word, really, huge disappointment. It's more of a a total um, disappointment, I guess. Yeah, maybe with the relationship or with this person. Um, and I think you just feel like you've had enough. You're at your wit's end. You've had enough. You know, your mind can't take it anymore, and you may even find that it's becoming toxic. So instead of continuing to feed the toxicity, you may both decide, or maybe you decide, and I feel like it may be more you who decides that I'm done, I've had enough. We either need to completely change directions here and take the relationship into a whole new direction and completely overhaul it and really sit down and do the work on it, or we should just be friends, or we should just have nothing, you know. So with the Ten of Swords, I did want to pull some clarifiers to kind of explain more what that was about, and I did get the Sun card. So this is about realizing some sort of clarity, and kind of an awakening of the sunshine that maybe you've been missing, you know, the happiness that you've been missing. This also talks to me about the sun coming up finally after such a long time of darkness. So I feel like maybe you've gone through a bit of a dark time, but these aces over here in your position let me know that you're very much on the verge of starting something new. And in fact, this ending has provided space for a new love and a new way of thinking. So this card does talk about new love, does talk about love, period, and it does talk about clarity of mind. So, you know, the cards are kind of confirming themselves, and yeah, that's basically what's happening here with this Ten of Swords, is that you're getting clarity of mind. You're starting to realize that, you know, you may have got very comfortable in quite an uncomfortable position. This could be also with regards to maybe someone not accepting a love offer that you gave them, or maybe vice versa. Maybe you have decided not to accept a love offer that was given to you. Yeah, maybe that's the case as well. But I think you realize that there's a bit of a dead end to this situation here. That no matter how much maybe love you throw at it, no matter how much you believe in love and you try to make it work, that if the person isn't in a state of receiving, if they're not in the position where they want to receive, then it's never going to go anywhere. So this person could be kind of emotionally closed off as well, that you're dealing with, and that could also be why they're rejecting it. That could also, that's just what I'm kind of getting. It could be that you're giving, you're believing in love, you're believing in what you had. You could still be holding on to the past as well, and using those memories to kind of fuel your motivation to keep going. But I feel you come to again an epiphany and a realization. This is the Ace of Swords coming out twice now. You come to realize a beautiful yet bitter truth. You know, it's bittersweet, where it's beautiful in a sense that, okay, finally I have an understanding, I have an awareness of where I'm going wrong. But at the same time, it's not really the answer maybe I wanted to hear. However, the Ace of Swords does also talk about victory. Yeah, so I feel that you're still victorious here. I still that you you may feel like you've lost out on something, but actually you've gained a new awareness, a new perspective on the situation that, again, I feel was quite toxic here, because we have the Lovers card and the Devil card. So this kind of talk about a very deep and entrancing kind of love connection that you may have had, but I feel like you're moving away from this. Maybe even indecision. This feels to me like a cycle of indecision back and forth between it being something honorable and serious, or just being something that is codependent. I think that maybe it was fluctuating between those two things all the time. So this could have also been that it was a lot of your own or their own kind of more their own demons, or your own demons that we all have, that could have really kind of raised their ugly head, as they say, or become apparent in this connection. And that's really what maybe this was about, for you to see, for you to gain awareness as to where maybe you have some things that trip you up, and where maybe you are codependent, and maybe looking into why you are codependent in those ways. And, you know, quite possibly here with the Lovers card, there could still be a friendship that's salvaged here. There may still be a lot of love between you two, but also there's a lot of toxicity too. And I think that you've just decided that with the Two of Wands here, I'm going to just move on. I'm going to see what else the world has to offer me here. I think I've done all that I can here with this rod. I'm going to just hang this one up and pull out a new one, and see where else I can go. And you may be looking to kind of be with people. There could actually be a world of people waiting for you here with the Four of Wands. Friends, new groups, new acquaintances, new connections. I feel like there's a group of people just waiting for you to join them out there. So yeah, I feel like these aces are definitely encouraging you to move forward into the new and let you know that there are lots of new opportunities out there for you. So this has actually created quite fertile ground for a new beginning in the way that you think. So it's almost like this situation has prepared you for a very new beginning in love. Okay, and I see you here with the Knight of Cups. Definitely still, I feel, on the one hand, I feel like you still have a lot of love for this person, and I can see here with the Lovers card, and if the Knight of Cups has come out again to clarify the Ten of Cups, you are still very much in love with this person. I think that if you had it your way, you would try and have a new beginning, and you start with them. You still believe that there's something maybe that can be salvaged, but the Ten of Swords would suggest that maybe there isn't, that you know, you can never go backwards. If there was to be anything, it would have to be brand new, especially with the aces, the two aces here. It would need to be completely brand new. Like you would need a break maybe for some time, and then maybe get back together with a whole kind of fresh perspective on the relationship, on the connection. But I do see a lot of happiness here for you in your future. I see an abundance of love coming your way. Could also be a Leo that you meet, or an Aries. But these are people that you feel at home with, that you feel free with. You could even find connections through your family, or maybe groups of friends that you have. You may meet someone new. But it's when having fun, it's when shining, it's when you're unreservedly expressing your happiness and enjoying your time. That's where all the magic is happening for you. I feel you're really expanding even your heart space through this whole situation. So that's why there's the Ace of Swords there, because this is actually a victory for you. It's actually making you into a much more brighter, more positive person, as difficult as it may have been. I don't feel like the Ten of Swords is as bad as it could be in this reading. It's more about just accepting when something is done and that you can't get anything more from it. Like it's like kicking a dead horse. There's like no point. There's nothing more that can be gained from that situation. Or, you know, maybe, you know, the swords are about the mind. So it can also just talk about a complete ending to either a mentally stressful situation or a way of thinking that, that this could have been negative thinking about yourself. So this could have been about your own self-esteem, negative talk to yourself. Again, the Devil card can kind of connect with that energy where maybe you had a lot of negative self-talk or negative ways of thinking, trains of thought. Just maybe the way that you were thinking about things wasn't really bringing about a healthy, wasn't really, bringing about or feeding or supporting a healthy connection. And this could be both ways, you know, for both of you, because like I said, everyone has these hang-ups. And I feel like as a collective, we're all becoming more aware of these hang-ups that we have and what they mean, and their relevance and how we can deal with them. I feel that we're all kind of growing in that area. So this is really great, because then this means that in the near future we're going to have a lot more success when it comes to relationships, as we won't be so caught up in our own ruminating and maybe negative thoughts, or just negative paradigms, or just ways of thinking, trains of thought that that, yeah, that are just negative. I want to use a different word, but I'm not that creative at the moment. But yeah, negative kind of thinking, and that could be just like, oh, you know, love doesn't exist, or I never find someone, or men always cheat, or whatever. Although a lot of people would actually say men do always cheat, that's just a fact. But um, maybe also adding along with that, but if you're in love and you have a good relationship, then you should be able to discuss any needs that you have. So if a man does feel like he needs to step out, or he feels he's got an itch or an attraction to someone, you should have a good enough relationship to be able to talk about that. Because needs and desires need to be acknowledged, regardless if they look or feel bad. At the end of the day, someone wants what they want, they want what they want. And as a partner, you should be able to discuss it and hopefully find a solution to that without anyone being hurt. So, i.e., maybe you need to try new things in the bedroom, or maybe you need to do more exciting things in your relationship, period. Or maybe it's the way that you communicate that might make him feel unheard, and therefore he seeks to be validated elsewhere. So it could be all sorts of things, and really that's how relationships work. I think work their best when you are able to be honest. So again, the Ten of Swords is kind of like just removing or coming to the end of that kind of limited thinking, because there was some limitations there that kind of maybe kept you both in a bit of a cycle of negativity. Although I think you really did love each other here with the Lovers card, really, really did. I think this was a very passionate connection that was very hard to let go of, and that could be why you would be trying to kick the dead horse. Like, there must be something left, trying to salvage it. But it looks like there's a new beginning here for you, Virgo. There's a new beautiful beginning here for you, and there's people waiting for you. There are people, groups of people, as organizations, I don't know, teams. Is it a new job? Is it, are you meeting long lost family or something? I don't know, but there's like this whole group of people that's waiting for you, or new friends to be made. It could be that you join is it meetup.com, or you join some sort of group and you start to kind of socialize and get to know people and party and let your hair down and follow your heart and follow your happiness. I think you've come to realize that your happiness is where it's all at. Without that sunshine, there's no point. And you could even be saying that, as much as I love you, without this sunshine, without me feeling free and happy and vital, there's no point in me doing this. You could be saying that, or you could be having that kind of conversation together. But yeah, I can see here that you still really have a lot of feelings, I think. And ultimately as well here with the two knights here, that's to know that you still believe in love. You haven't lost faith in love here. And even with the Two of Wands, you're still optimistic about what could be. And I think it's also this optimism in terms of how your new outlook and your approach to this next step in your life. I think that's really what's bringing in these new opportunities. That's actually lighting up your path as well. So yeah, I think Spirit is saying, yeah, this is a good place to be. Especially with the Strength card here, this would say, don't let things get you down. Like, the Strength card is like, do not let your negative thinking ruin this or get in the way. It could be about avoiding self-sabotage as well with the Strength card. So this is definitely a month where we're being strong. We're not allowing our usual reactions to take hold, and learning to be our best version, basically, of ourselves. And this is still believing in love, still showing ourselves self-love, compassion towards ourselves as well, empathy towards others. sympathy, you know, all those things. I feel that that's also very much going to be important for this month. And then we've got the Sun card again, yay! And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, this is about loving yourself, you know, allowing yourself to shine as you meet these new people as well, and being true to yourself, listening to your heart's desire as well, remembering that you need to be a full well of love and compassion, all these things, before you can even have a healthy relationship. And that's really what I think is happening here with the Devil card as well. It's like, I can't be in this devil energy, or I can't, if I'm not feeding myself enough to with self-love and compassion, then I have none for anyone else. You know, all I have is this emptiness to offer, and that will be this like devil energy, this emptiness, this codependency. That's all I will have to offer. So yeah, this really is about connecting to your inner child, respecting her or him, honoring her or him, listening to those needs, healing where is needed as well. The Ace of Cups, let's talk about healing, you know, self-love. I often see the Ace of Cups actually as self-love and well-being. And there's this beautiful new mental perspective as well that you're taking. And then we've got the Seven of Swords to further clarify your path this month. So the Seven of Swords talks about being emotionally detached from a situation. For me, being emotionally detached, but also being strategic, slipping away, sneaking away. It can talk about deceit, lies, hidden motives, things like hidden agendas, covert things happening. So I don't know if maybe Spirit is saying that you don't need to show the whole world what you're doing. You don't need to, you can, you know, it's good to keep good secrets, as I always say. It's good to do your plotting and planning away from the bright lights, and to maybe kind of be a bit more reserved when it comes to your plans. So yeah, maybe Spirit is saying that yes, you do have these two great, beautiful new beginnings, if not more, or two aces, I should say, here for you after the Ten of Swords. But you don't have to shout from the rooftops what you plan to do and what you want to do. Maybe this person may also, you know, if they are codependent, this could actually make them chase you, and then, you know, you might get back into a cycle of where you don't want to be. So maybe that's also a reason why you just need to kind of do what you're doing, maybe not to antagonize anyone, you know. It could also be talking about you leaving a situation. Maybe you're kind of sneaking away, but this is also mental. So I think mentally you're leaving this situation. Yeah, there's some mental changes happening here. You may be thinking to yourself, I can still figure this out. I can still figure this out. I can still find a solution to this. Yeah, you could kind of be feeling that way. But also, this could also be a card of just coming to realize that no matter what what I think, no matter how I scheme, no matter what plans I make, you know, this is just not going to work. There's no point. So I may as well just leave. So this could be you leaving mentally. But maybe in your heart, you know, you still very much have a emotional connection. You may still wonder about them, care about them, see them as, you know, so still see them in quite a good light. but just maybe mentally like, you know, I need to get you out of my head though. You know, I need to yeah, you're making plans for your future away from the situation that you may not be telling this person about these new starts. And there are some really beautiful new starts here for you. And we've got the Empresses here as well. So the outcome looks quite promising as well in terms of new starts. I would say over here though, mentioning the Empress, we have also got another Libra card, the Justice card. So you could be dealing with a Libra, most definitely. And this Ten of Swords could be just talking about this air sign. You know, could also be an Aquarius that some of you are dealing with. Could also be a Gemini. We've got all three major arcanas here. In fact, all four. So they've got the Four of Swords over here for the month of March. So this is someone who's going through some sort of healing process. So it looks like there may have been a breakup here. Most definitely for that. Again, this is confirming that there could be a breakup as this person is taking time out to heal. This person probably was quite disappointed as to how things have turned out. They haven't, you know, come to fruition in the way that they saw or envisioned it to be. And now they're kind of taking a step back to think, okay, so where did I mess up? What was I thinking? It's that kind of Four of Swords is like, okay, let me just reflect on this whole situation because I'm confused. Like, this shouldn't have been this way. And I think because you did like each other quite a lot. But yeah, this is someone taking some time out to reflect on what's happened, to heal, to find balance again. So yeah, I think this is also a Libra card as well. So I think I think a lot of you are dealing with Libras or Libran dominant people. And it looks like what they're trying to do here is, again, trying to find balance within, trying to find what their inner truth is. So they're actually kind of almost pulling themselves away from the situation, taking some time to sit down and really think and reflect on what their inner truth is, where their compass is. So this could have been a bit destabilizing, I think, for both of you here, because I see this as someone here trying to find their inner balance again, trying to find their inner compass, trying to figure things out, trying to think, okay, how did this go left? Also trying to maybe judge the situation, make a decision as to what they want to do going forward. That's what this person is also doing, trying to decide, okay, do I cut this off? Do I end this? You know, do I agree with my Virgo that we're going to go separate ways? Or do I stay? You know, I think this person really is still kind of deliberating, really, as to what step they want to take next. And they're really thinking about that. So they have a very busy mind at the moment, but they may be very quiet towards you. They don't want to talk to you right now until they can figure out what their yes or no answer is. We do have the Ace of Swords here and the Ace of Swords here as well. So there could be, if you're waiting for a yes or no answer, could very well be that this person does decide a yes on this, whatever that might be. And yeah, this person's very much looking forward to the future. This person may actually feel that after all is said and done, I still see a future with Virgo. You know, after all is said and done, and I weigh up the pros and cons, with the Star card here, I still see this future with Virgo. I still dream of being with Virgo. I still want, so let me just close this thing on my screen. Yeah, I still want to see a future with Virgo. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles here. You know, their aim maybe is to, maybe they feel they haven't given enough. You know, maybe they feel that, you know, because this is also kind of similar to the Devil energy. It's also a 6, so it does correspond with the Devil. And even the Lover's card. they may feel like things were quite unbalanced in the relationship, and they maybe want to bring balance into it. This could be in terms of investment of time, investment of money, even, maybe you were always the one paying for the dates, or maybe they were always the one, I don't know. Or maybe you were contributing to things that maybe they thought that you didn't need to contribute to, or they maybe made you do too much, or maybe they feel that they didn't let you do enough, possibly. But yeah, this is I think a want for reciprocity, a want for balance, a balance in commitment as well. So they are looking for that. So I think also for them, they would need to know that you're equally interested in trying to make this work. As I think they actually want to make it work. They want to make this investment with the Six of Coins here. This can also talk about breadcrumbing though, like doing just enough to keep someone around. So there's also that chance as well. But I'm really more so getting that they maybe want to be generous towards you as well. And they may actually value you. They may be kind of they may be placing kind of a new value on you, if you know what I mean. Like they may value you more now, or they may not say value you more, but really see your value more now. Okay, and we do have the Ace of Pentacles here as well at the base of the deck when I was shuffling for the Ten of Swords. I don't know if this person's offended you, because I see the Queen of Swords here, the Ten of Swords centrally, and this is your reading. So I'm thinking that maybe and with the Strength card as well, it's like you may be a bit angry about something, really disappointed, and the King of Cups is like a man in love, really. But with the Ace of Pentacles here, again, we're looking at this new beginning in terms of commitment. Okay, there is a new start here for you, Virgo. There is a new start here for you. Whether it, in probably every aspect. I think I even saw the Ace of Rods when I was going into the deck from the front to see what other cards were coming out. There was even the Ace of Rods. So March is really a time of new beginnings for you. So the Seven of Swords is saying, to maybe break free, to go and see what else can be seen, explore your curiosities. But the Seven of Swords is saying, but don't make a song and dance about it. Don't try to make this person jealous. Don't try to put it in their face. Just explore your new options. Maybe use this opportunity to see what else is out there, to follow your heart. Because following your heart is adding to your own emotional health. So it's like Spirit is saying you need to go and do that. You need to go and fix yourself in a way. You need to go and replenish yourself. This may be the best for you. Okay. So distance does make the heart grow fonder, and the Strength card is saying here, again, it's like, don't do maybe what you've always done, but do try a new approach. Don't fall into old habits, especially if it's you may have had a very excellent sex life with this person, a very very passionate, very like a very strong connection, and you may just feel really drawn to be with them, like naturally, innately, viscerally attracted and want to be with this person. But Spirit is saying no, try to hold back on that a little bit and listen to what your emotional needs are, and make sure that you're addressing them, especially if it's got something to do with your inner child as well, with the Sun card coming up twice. Or maybe it's got to do with your children as well. Maybe that's the family thing. Maybe that's what's happening here as well. Maybe reconnecting to family, your kids, maybe your friends' kids, your friends, this whole children thing, especially with the Empress card being here. Connecting to children, other mothers, maybe you'll find groups for other mothers, other single parents, or things like that, that's looking for love. Maybe that's your new group, something like that. So yeah, Follow your heart, listen to what your heart needs. Okay, so what's driving the situation that you may not be aware of is the Eight of Swords. So again, we are coming back to, you know, the 10 and the 7 of Swords here. More so the 10 of Swords, so I feel, where you, again, this is talking about doubts, fears, limiting belief systems. Okay, this is the crux of the matter. Limiting belief systems, limiting or negative negative yet habitual ways of thinking, where you may be caught in a loop. You know, this can also, I mean, in the most extreme sense, this is actually like a mental health issue. You know, actually mental health, like an actual diagnosable mental health issue that is hard to break from, that may require even medication to break out of, or maybe hypnosis, something that really gets into your subconscious, that just tears out or breaks out and gets rid of all of the cluttered negativity that maybe you've accumulated along, you know, your lifetime. So this is about and it is about breaking free. So maybe you're going through a process of kind of breaking free. And then we've got the 10 of Wands as well. Talks about burden, a burden of thinking. And then we've got the 4 of Cups, which to me, again, we got the 4 of Cups again. We had the 10 of Wands as well under the deck when I was going through. So, and I think we had the 8 of Swords as well when we were going through. So these are all repeating cards. We're getting the same cards. We're getting the 10 of, we're getting the 10 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, the 4 of Cups, the Sun cards coming out more than once, the Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. These are repeating cards for you throughout both decks. So yeah, there's a lot, I think, going on with regards to a burden that has now been, I feel, lifted, or at least you're aware of it. Maybe before you were burdened and just didn't even know, you know, you got comfortable with being uncomfortable, whereas now I think you can see where the problem is, where that little demon is, you know, and what to do with it. I feel like it is about the past here with the 4 of Cups there as well. And it could also be about, maybe in the past, maybe you've dealt with rejection a lot in the past, or maybe you're just still kind of hooked on the past, on maybe there was some really great relationship that you had that's very hard to match as well with the 4 of Cups, and nothing else is going to do. You know, you not letting people in. This could be you not letting people in again because you really need to do some work on your own self-love journey. Okay, again, go to my website. You're going to love the affirmation collection to do with self-love and all that stuff. You will like that. It's very encouraging. Self-love affirmations there on everyday items. I think you'll love it. But yeah, it could be something to do with that. You may need to kind of replenish something here for yourself before you maybe face this challenge, most definitely. It could have just felt like it was just all too much. You know, as good as it was, it's like the last straw broke the camel's back, and I feel like it was becoming a bit of a headache for you, maybe for both of you. It's just becoming too stressful, going around too much in the same hamster wheel, and expecting different results. You know, it's almost like insanity, and it just became too much of a burden, and that's what maybe led to this kind of rejection, this stagnancy. There was no movement in the relationship. It wasn't able to move forward for some reason. The love wasn't able to blossom, maybe because of the burden of mental issues here with the 8 of Swords. I'm not even really mental issues. Like I said, that could be the most extreme. It could just be, like I said, just negative opinions, limiting belief systems that just kind of hindered the capacity for new love to come in. You know, this is like almost manifesting accidentally a loveless relationship, or a relationship that may have a lot of love but cannot grow. You know, because it just feels like too much of a burden. Okay, so we've got the Five of Swords here, and the Three of Coins, and the Empress card for the most likely outcome. So I'm seeing this new foundation. I'm seeing healing here, with regards to anyone's health, a new beginning, a renewal, almost maybe a rebirth in some way, a reconnection to your nurturing side. I feel even this whole process for some of you could actually be building into a new foundation for this relationship with this Libra. There is a chance of that as well. The Five of Swords here, though, does talk to me about power struggles, and sometimes having the need to be right, even when it doesn't really matter. Feeling as if I don't win, I'm going to lose. You don't see a win-win situation from this. It's like someone always has to have the upper hand. Can also talk about mind games as well. So it could be that this still kind of results in a bit of a stalemate between you two, where there's still a kind of tug of war when it comes to power. So there may still be in March arguments, about who was right, who was wrong, playing the blame game a little bit. This could also be you just cutting this person out again, like I've said, where you just end the whole thing. You just kind of cut your losses, and again, collaborate with people who are willing to meet you on the same page, that are working towards the same things, that are maybe also on a healing journey. This is again a card about people helping each other, but also compromise. Again, maybe in groups to do with motherhood, femininity, female empowerment, owning your own business as a woman, women in business, things like that. This could also be talking about, though, the overcoming of this Five of Swords. This is still going to be an issue. Okay, so this may be also be, if you can learn how to not feel like, or think, probably more accurately, not think that you are you've lost power because you've compromised in some way as well, then you may be able to kind of get on the same page, because these two cards here are both number threes, and they're both about foundations, laying roots, building something that provides a structure to something even bigger. This is usually a group of people in the rider way of like three people, strengthening or building the entrance doors and arches of a cathedral, of a really huge building, for the community. So again, this could be related to family as well. Family could be quite involved in the situation. Maybe you are part of the family together. And I do see you, if that is the case, I see you overcoming a lot of these issues and actually moving towards a happier family where there's maybe more of a focus on the kids, more of a focus on love and romance, and there'll be like a brand new beginning in this relationship if that is the case. But yeah, this kind of talk about a foundation being laid, and once it's laid there, it's like creating the foundations of a long lasting relationship, creating fertile ground, and then planting the seed and just watching this massive oak tree like grow from a very small, is it acorns grow oak trees, I think. So yeah, you may this is also that kind of energy here as the outcome. This could be personally for you, where you just start to kind of rebalance yourself personally, mentally, emotionally, physically, health-wise, and you know, become the woman that you always wanted to be. You know, become your best self, secure yourself financially. You know, and work on yourself. And that could be with the Five of Swords, where you're just cutting out people because of that. You know, you're thinking of yourself first. Healthy selfishness, as they say, or I call it self-lovish. Yeah, on my website you'll find a link to the Teespring account. Even in the description box you'll find the link to the Teespring account that's got all these affirmations on them that I think you'll like. So yeah, there is a chance here for, you know, things to improve in a love relationship, but it will be a complete overhaul, a complete renewal. And I think a break kind of would be needed of just not speaking to each other, because I think that you're prone to arguing with the Five of Swords here. There could also have been a third party involved here as well that caused the breakdown of this connection. We have got 4 women here and 1 young man. So yeah, that could be the case. There could have been a mature woman here and a young man. Maybe you're dealing with someone that isn't as mature, or maybe just life experienced, you know, had enough life experiences to be able to have a relationship with you where you're at, because you come through as the Empress. I feel this person may still be trying to kind of get in contact with you, try to kind of make it work, still kind of have their eye on you. They see you as very mature. They see you as very mature. However, with the blonde female here, this is always someone who's, yeah, young, innocent, and learning new things. This is like the Page of Swords for me. That's how I see her. So, or even like the Page of Wands as well, but someone who's really on a new adventure in life, who's ready for the next adventure. That's what's happening here. I think maybe dealing with someone that maybe was not as like emotionally, intelligently kind of mature. As much as it may have made you feel young, I think it may have also been a burden. And you're deciding to break through and look at things completely new. But this could also just be you. You know, this could be someone that you meet that kind of makes you feel young and free again. Not that you're not young and free, but maybe this situation has kind of bogged you down a little bit. And now you may feel quite young and free and playful, and there's like a new lease of life. That's definitely here for you. You could be receiving lots of gifts. Okay, there's lots of dates here for your future. So this person, if this is relating to this past person or recent relationship, I feel they still look at you. They're still very much attracted to you. They see you as a mature woman though. But you may see yourself as someone who's young and free and out here to kind of date. There's lots of gifts that are being given to you. Again, this could be this person wanting to give you gifts as well. Okay. But you're more emotionally mature than this person. And I think they're going to be trying to give you gifts and take you out. Again, they may see your value now. But you're thinking of yourself. Okay. You're thinking of yourself. That's the outcome here. That's what I see. Is that you just start to think about yourself, and you may accept these gifts, and you may just again with the Seven of Swords here, again this is telling me that maybe you will be kind of strategic. This is even maybe a bit of mind games on your part in a sense, or maybe you may maybe you feel like you figured this person out a little bit, you know, and you know how to maybe keep their attention, or you know how to I don't know, it's the wrong deck. Like you maybe you figured out that by putting yourself first in some way, that's actually what makes this person appreciate you. Like loving yourself first makes you more attractive. Isn't that what they say in the Lover's deck or something? So yeah, okay, let's just pull a few more cards. It's gone on for already 50 minutes. I don't know. Wow. Okay, so yeah, serendipity, clean it up, higher power, by the book, round and round. Yeah, I was waiting for round and round to come out. But we have got milk and honey here. Okay, so again, this is about the Lover's card and the Devil card in a way. Something that's so sweet and so good, but yet could be so bad for you. I mean, too much milk and honey will lead to, you know, congested arteries and stuff. So it's like something that's so good, but could also be, and also it also is about nourishing yourself with happy experiences. Okay, that's important. Spirit wants you to kind of feed your soul a little bit, and yeah, clean it up, get the clutter out. That's the Ten of Swords. Clean it up, get out all that no longer serves you mentally and emotionally. Everything's happening for a reason. Luck is on your side. So this ending or this difficult situation has actually ushered in a lot of luck for you. Like I said, a lot of it was meant to happen at this time in this way to, one, have you recognize how you're thinking, or maybe how you're thinking about relationships or this particular relationship, and also bringing in these two new aces for you as well, because it's making this person bring you gifts. It's like this situation has actually ended up in your favor. Yeah. Okay, and I think that going forward, that's all that you're kind of concerned about, is making sure that you have what you need. So you're more aware of your needs as well. So yeah, it's actually, it might feel like a tough time, but actually it's a very, very lucky. It's opening up many other doors for you. And then we've got the higher power here that's confirming again that spirit, the universe, you know, the higher power is in control here. As much as you think things are unsteady, everything's very much in control and happening as they should. Got by the book here and round. So yeah, this needed to be broken, this habit of doing things by the book, doing things that you've always done, or seen your mother do, or seen, you know, your sisters do, or your friends do, or something that you've always done. This is about changing the rules, breaking the rules. The Seven of Swords is definitely about breaking the rules, and going off and kind of beating your own, beating out your own path as well, and not to go round and round. This is the Eight of Swords, not to continue on a cycle of what's always been, because it has always been, but instead to kind of create your own path here. And that's, the Seven of Swords can be about that as well. It can be a positive thing where you kind of strike out on your own and do things your way, even though it may seem to a lot of people that you're breaking the rules in some way, or it's not fair even, or it's not all above board. You're kind of doing things your way, you're doing things to suit you, period. Like, that's definitely coming through here in the reading as well. But I think this just makes this person actually learn to value you a bit more. Maybe when you don't always do things the traditional way, or their way maybe, or the expected way, but you're thinking of yourself here, you're putting yourself first. You know, in fact, any mental games that have been played, it's like you're now one step ahead in this situation. And I think you now have become a bit of the, you're now the person that seems to have the upper hand when it comes to any mental disputes, or any mental games that are happening. And it's simply because you figured out that if I love myself and put myself first, you know, I can control my urges to maybe want to argue, or want to be right, but instead just be honest with myself and love myself and follow my heart, I'm always going to win. Yeah. And we've got the most lovely Queen of Pentacles. She's very receptive. She knows her worth. And this is your energy this month. Okay. Yeah. She knows her worth. She doesn't chase after anything. She knows what... this is also someone that puts themselves first, their health first, make sure they're eating well, you know, make sure that all the bills are paid, that the children are well. Like, this is definitely putting your life, your comfort first. Yeah. Okay, Virgo, sorry it's so long. Thank you so much for sticking around. I love you. Thank you for being here. And that's your reading. I'll see you next month. Take care and bye-bye.